everyone, this is Sid here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm actually going to be doing a writing advice video and I am actually so excited for this because this is the first time that I've ever been requested to do writing advice. So I was requested by Reality. I think she changed her name to like Nixie or something, but she was Reality when she requested me to do this. But she requested me to do a video on writing action scenes, so I was like, I will do some research and I will see what I can come up with. So yeah, this is a bit late, but I did DM her just so she could like know ahead of time what I wanted to say. But just for everyone else, these are my tips and tricks for writing good and impactful action scenes. So without further ado, let's get started. I can understand if you're kind of shaky on writing action scenes. I personally am not the greatest of all time. You know, everyone can always improve. We always make mistakes and we're always striving to do better, you know? There's no such thing as perfect because perfection is subjective, but these are just some things to bring you to the next level and to help you get better. So, first of all, I just got some like bullet points here for like basic information and like surface level notes of things to add or to do when you're writing action scenes. The first thing that's super duper important is to have a clear stake for the battle. And this could be either a literal stake, like if I don't win, I'll get captured by these soldiers, or like if I don't win, my sister will get kidnapped. If I don't win, they'll burn my village down. It can be something like actual factual, you know? Or it could also be like a mental or emotional stake that's not quite physically there, but it's still very important to the character. So this could be like, if I don't win, everyone will think that I'm weak, or like if your character has a really strong like ego or like arrogance, narcissism complex, you know, they think that they're the best, then they really wouldn't want to lose because that would sink their reputation, you know? Their reputation would just go down the drain. So you have to make sure that there's a reason for your characters to be fighting and that there's something motivating them to win. Because if there's nothing motivating them to win, then there's really no point, is there? No, not really. The second important thing is if you're fighting against a villain, you want to make sure there's a clear reason why. Don't just make them fight your villain for fun, unless they're like a rival, sort of like how you fight people in Pokemon. A Pokemon battle between Ash and Leon would have a very different dynamic from the final battle between Link and Ganondorf, because Ash and Leon are just rivals, and Link and Ganondorf are like sworn enemies, you know? So there should be a reason why your character is fighting the other character, if you're doing a battle that's set up that way. You should try to include stages in your battle, like the beginning, middle, and end. And the most important part of the battle should be the middle, which should include either a raising of the stakes or a shift in the character's attitude. So maybe something happens that makes it so much more urgent for the battle to be won, or something happens where the character no longer wants to fight. They've had a change of heart and they no longer think that the character that they're fighting is bad or needs to be killed. An important thing to think about is how your character would fight based on who they are as a person. So like, would they do quick strikes or powerful strikes? Would they do defensive tactics or offensive tactics, you know? That can say a whole lot about who they are as a person, and it should clearly tie back into their personality. What level of skill does your character have, and how does this affect their behavior in battle? If your character is an amateur fighter, then they might be a little bit afraid, but if they're a seasoned fighter and they've been in this experience before, then they might be a little bit more confident. Instead of just describing the visuals, you should try to describe all 5 senses. So think about things like the smell of blood in the air, the feeling of the sweat on your character's face, or the tears building up in their eyes. Be sure to add lots of emotion and describe the pain that your character is feeling. It's also really important that unless your character is just absolutely 100% invincible, if someone hurts them, then like, please let them experience that pain. That'll just make them seem a whole lot more relatable and realistic to the audience. Because the audience does not like these superhuman characters that are so far away from reality. They like these characters that they personally can identify with, you know? And then the last thing that I have on here, which isn't nearly as important as the other stuff, is if you decide to include them. It's not 100% necessary, but it can add a bit of punch to your narrative. Make sure that all of your descriptions of weapons and or armor are kept very short and brief, and do not distract from the overall story. But make sure that they are realistic and accurate at the same time. And it's important that when you're writing an action scene, you get the pacing really fast, because you have to remember that your reader sees the scene unfolding at the speed that they read. So if your reader is reading this so slowly, they'll see the action scene in like slow motion almost, which can be good for some instances if you're just trying to get that slow motion effect. But if you're trying to make it seem like really fast and high paced, then you're going to want to pick up the speed a little bit. And yeah, I hope that y'all guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope that it was very useful to you and that you got some important knowledge from it. And if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, because it always helps me out so much when you do, and I really do appreciate it. Even if I don't post writing content very often, I do post lots of videos very frequently. I post multiple long form videos every single week, and I post multiple short form videos every single day. So I can almost guarantee you that I will always have something for you to watch, and you will never be bored. If you would like to take your support a step further, then please go click the links in the description box down below and follow my Instagram page and my Pinterest page. It would mean so much to me if you did, and I would really appreciate it. But anyways, I hope that y'all all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Always remember that I love you, and goodbye! Eat more waffles!